of the moment, you know.
Yeah. Hi guys. You want to write your favorite book? Favorite book?
Oh my god.
Yes, yes. Good, good. Here and here.
1 second.
Oh, sure, sure.
Daddy,
Yeah. Wow, water.
can you hold it for me?
Mm-hmm.
It's very heavy.
Let ate. All right. Thank you. So they're writing their favorite book, and I'm just waiting for them to finish. What's your favorite book?
Do you like one, man?
Heiß und Leben des Captain Blaubeeren.
Okay.
It's a German book.
What's it about?
It's about there's a German kids show. It's called
Yeah.
Beer, which is a blue beer, and this is an adult version of his life where he's going through all 30 phases of his life.
Yeah.
Starting from a pirate and then has gone around the fantasy world.
Nice, nice. And what was yours?
The Meister Margarita.
Okay.
It's a Russian book.
Oh, it's a Russian book.
It's,
What's that about?
It's a very complicated story, but it's about an author who writes a book, and he has a girlfriend who's very
Yeah.
obsessed with the book,
Yeah,
and at the same time, a strange man comes to Moscow,
yeah.
but she's like the devil. It's a
Oh,
lot of
nice.
chaos and
Okay.
going on, and
Okay.
it's a very nice story.
All right. There's a few hours left for the show. Enjoy. Thank you. Thank you for dropping by. All right. So, welcome to the afternoon edition of our daily live sessions here at the Frankfurt International Book Fair. My goodness, I don't know if I was live already, but you see the engagement and the interaction that we have with not just authors, not just people from the industry, but fair goers as well. So we have a freedom wall that we have. It's really inspired by what was torn down before here in Germany, and there's bits and pieces of that wall in almost every major city to remind folks about history, to remind folks about how how life was and how life can be, right? So a lot of favorite books have been written. This is, by the way, our second or third slab of paper, but it's very interesting. It's very interesting because, again, from a wide array of titles, genres, authors, and even countries, we can definitely see, and we can appreciate each other's books. So enough of the engagement for the fairgoers. Let me go back to regular programming, which is basically our authors, our very important authors. So our very important authors today, to wrap this whole thing up, because we're in day 5, last day, and we have 3. I'm going to have great conversations. This will be the last of the series of conversations with these authors, but fret not, or do not be don't be sad, because obviously you will still see these wonderful authors through their individual Instagram, social media, Facebook, X pages, and you will actually see more of them and understand their book, so you can grab a copy of their books. All right, so I will reverse the sequence or the order. We're gonna have our lone gentleman for this afternoon. I'd like to call the author of The Time on the Gravel Roads, Mr. Subs. I just call him Subs. How are you, Subs?
Not too bad. How are you?
Not too bad. Okay, how's the last day so far?
Good.
Good. You've had funny conversations.
Yes.
You've had interesting conversations.
Yes.
You've had different, all sorts of, even rejections, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because obviously, dear authors and dear fairgoers, it's not easy. It's not easy to be in a fair, trying to stand out and trying to stake your word. But nevertheless, we're having fun doing it, and some will, some won't. So what? Let's talk to the next person,
Yes.
right? Okay. So, Subs, can we tell our viewers here what your book is all about?
So it's a memoir. I call it 3/4 autobiographical, facetiously, but it's based on my life between finishing my PhD in physics, so finishing grad school in Rochester, and then starting as a tenure track professor at Indiana University Southeast, where I am tenured presently. So that 6-year period, which was the period between grad school and starting the tenure track, I facetiously call it the nomadic phase of my life. So many academicians are familiar with that phase, that a transitory phase in between, when typically we do a couple of postdocs and then maybe teach as a temporary professor for a while to build the credentials required to apply for a tenure track. So it's usually anxiety stricken.
Yes.
And you're looking for that final tenure track, which comes with the promise of a permanent home. And I'm a poet at heart, so I have strong likes and dislikes. During that postdoctoral phase, the first half of that 6-year period, which the book is about, I was dealing with anxiety. Some of the projects did not resonate with me naturally. So I was frequently embarking on these backroad drives, which is related to the literary the literal meaning of the title, also the time on the gravel roads. And I was seeking solace in the beauty of nature, because I love nature and I'm a poet at heart. And then I would often write short travelogues or road stories about these experiences and encounters and share them with a few close friends. And they found something humbly evocative in the way I write. They found something poetic and refreshing in that voice. And they all told me to eventually write a book someday, hoping that phase would be over and finally I would see the light and find a home. So that was the nascence of the first idea of the book. Then in the second phase of that the nomadic period, when I started teaching as a temporary lecturer, first in North Dakota, then in Minnesota, it was a burst of hope, because I was teaching with huge classes. I was a very young teacher back then, no gray hair yet. I was like their big brother, and I connected with my students. Teaching was a success. Then I found so much hope and love in those human encounters and unexpected loving human connections in those places where I had never thought before that I would ever be. In North Dakota, beside the midsummer sunflowers, all these vibrant experiences. And eventually I did write a book in the same voice of a poet. So it's a poetic memoir, I like to call it. So it's a testament to the power of poetry, the power of the beauty of nature, and finding human love and friendship at unexpected places.
Wow.
So that is what the book is about in a nutshell.
So it's his story, I think, can resonate with a lot of people, right?
Sure.
But mostly I think Americans, because using GPS, using the map, we tend to really stick to the highways, right? We stick to the bigger roads. But as you experience your nomadic journey, it's it's the byways and it's the roads less traveled
Right.
that you actually chose.
Right.
And I can relate significantly because it's, I mean, our country is beautiful, right? And you cannot appreciate that by going into just driving through the highways and using major roads.
Right.
And I firmly believe that if you want a soul search, you can really go through those roads and by roads that are less traveled.
Right.
Okay. All right. So we can probably also talk about, I don't know, is his book in the screen now? So I'm sure everyone has a glimpse and appreciation of your book cover, right? And we were talking about that, and I don't want to be selfish. I want you also to share to them the story behind that cover.
So I designed my own cover from a photograph I took in northern Minnesota when it was a late autumn afternoon.
Yeah.
And I included the story in the book as well. But to just briefly tell the story right now in the context of the cover. So it was this small dirt road arcaded by the late autumn aspen trees. And I took that picture from which I eventually designed the cover. And within like a few minutes of taking that picture, I realized that I was lost. And by that time, that dirt road had become a gravel road. And it was obviously becoming a trail at some point.
Okay.
Not drivable anymore. And that's when I turned around. And when I turned around, I realized that I was not keeping track of the different branchings of those small roads that I was taking at the different junctures. So I was lost. And it was extremely scary. And the sun was already hovering close to the horizon.
So you can see the shadows there.
Yeah.
If you look at the book, it is like afternoon, right?
Yeah, late afternoon.
Late afternoon.
The shadows of those the trees on the side of the back road were already tall. The shadows cast on the road were already tall. So I described all of it in much more detail in that chapter. But
you have a chapter dedicated for that picture.
Well, the chapter it's part of the Minnesota chapter. It's part of the North Dakota chapter actually. So when I was living in North Dakota, the north shore of Lake Superior is only a 4-hour drive. So I drove there to encounter the beauty of autumn on the shore of Lake Superior, and that was also the weekend of the harvest moon. And I talk about the gazing at the harvest moon in a clear sky from the top of a tall cliff called the Palisade Head, as well as part of the same weekend trip. But to come back to the picture, the cover picture. So I was lost for about a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And it was extremely scary. And fortunately, I could eventually find my way back to bigger road when I realized that I was saved after all. But in retrospect, it's a scary, beautiful memory. And that is what I decided to use as the picture for my cover. So the cover is of course black and white. The original picture, you can see the vibrant colors of the aspen trees there, the aspen trees of autumn. But the cover I have made black and white with a tinge of blue to evoke that dreamlike nature of the memory of that whole phase of life. Yeah.
So interesting to know also is, did you use a phone? I know the answer, but did you use a phone in taking that picture?
No, I used a film camera.
There you go.
A
film camera.
I was probably among the 1% of commercial camera users. Like, not talking about professionals, like amateur like normal people who just do photography for the fun of it. So among them, I was probably among the last 1% who still like held on to a film camera before I finally gave in a few years ago. So that was like what, 15 years ago, that memory in Minnesota. So I was still using very much using a film camera, but then of course I would also make digital copies from the prints and so forth, and high resolution digital print, and eventually from that photo I designed the cover. Yes. And speaking of phone, and you're just like talking about GPS and all of that. So at that time I used the flip phone. So no GPS, nothing, but that would not have helped because in those forests near the boundary waters, you had no cell phone signal.
Correct.
I was literally detached. I could not call anybody even if I wanted to. So it showed no signal. That is how scary it was.
Yeah. Well, to this day, you know that national parks, there's very little to no signal. I don't know if they do that.
But I believe that the national parks are usually patrolled by national park people. But the back roads and gravel trails in northern Minnesota are not. Like fools rush in where angels fear to tread. I'm a fool, so
you're a fool that came up with this great book and great concept.
Well, hopefully.
Yes. No, it is because there are still a lot of lost people really trying to find their way, right? Whether it's whatever road they choose, they become lost and then they will find.
And the title has a double meaning in my mind.
It does?
So like the literal meaning is of course like it pertains to the journeys on the small roads, but also life itself felt like a journey on a gravel road, like the never-ending delights and surprises on the side of the road, like during the journey. But it's a rough journey, anxiety-stricken because you do not know what awaits at the end of the road.
Correct.
But because of that very aspect, the uncertainty and the roughness, the nomadic nature, the never-ending delights that I encountered on the roadside were all the more beautiful. Because during moments of anxiety, when you encounter beauty or something you find endearing, the embrace of that feels all the more endearing.
Yes.
Due to the nature of that very phase. So you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Wow, it's like I'm listening to really the guru, of great wisdom, right? Okay, so where can they find your book?
Well, they can scan the easiest way to know more about the book is to scan the QR code. And that takes you to the website of the book, where there are sneak peeks and glimpses, excerpts and so forth. And more information about myself. But the best way to buy the book, the easiest way, is to type in the name, the Time on the Gravel Road, the title of the book on Amazon. And probably everybody in the present day and age has an Amazon account.
I'm sure.
Go to the book page on Amazon and then click it to buy. So that's the easiest way to buy it.
Yeah. Right. And then if you are lost and you want to find, or if you are lost and definitely would want to understand, are you alone? Buy the book, right? Buy the book. Okay, let's play a game today.
Okay.
This is the game of hashtags.
Okay.
We're gonna flash some hashtags on the screen.
Okay.
So that our viewers can also see and probably play along and think about what resonates with the hashtag and really expound on the hashtag.
Okay.
What do these hashtags mean to you?
Okay.
All right. Are we ready, studio, with the hashtags of subs? Okay. All right. Let's do the first one. Hashtag nostalgic paths.
Nostalgia is a common word, but it has been one of my favorite English words since time immemorial. Etymologically, it's very interesting because to my knowledge, it means homesickness, literally. So homesickness is a theme close to heart because I have lived in quite a few places since I was a little child.
Okay.
And because I'm so sentimental, I formed connections, attachments to the places and people at the places. By now, I feel like I have too many homes scattered all over the globe, and I'm perpetually homesick for all those places, and I'm perpetually stuck in a nostalgic state of mind.
Nice.
So I'm a perpetually nostalgic person.
I'm saying nice because you're such a global citizen, right? You've pegged different homes in different states, different nations, and really different countries. So, this is another thing that I think will really hit you, right? Hashtag road trip reads. Do you read in a road trip?
Often poetry.
Often poetry.
Yeah.
So a poet himself reads poetry.
A poet himself reads poetry, absolutely. And this also reminds me of a poem I included in my book, and that is one of the 2 actual poems that I did include in the book. And the title of this poem in the context is Lonesome. It has to do with the encounter with a road, the name of which was Stony Lonesome Road.
Stony Lonesome Road.
And because I myself was so lonesome during that whole nomadic phase, it resonated with me so deeply. And late that night, I sat down and wrote a poem about that encounter with the Stony Lonesome Road.
And it's in the book.
It's in the book.
All right.
Yes.
That's all more reason that, right? You just don't read a typical memoir. You have poems and really written in a poetic
Voice of a poet. Yeah.
or in a voice of a poet. Okay. Hashtag gravel road memories.
Oh,
What comes to mind? What's the picture in your head right now when I say gravel road memories?
this is so close to heart because there are gravel road memories abound in the book, including that afternoon when I almost got lost in northern Minnesota, that autumn afternoon. Another road comes to mind in northern Vermont. The name of that gravel road was the Journey's End Road, which started climbing a hill and then became it started as a dirt road and then started becoming a gravel road. And that I remember all these colorful trees. That was another autumn afternoon in Vermont, and they arcaded so deeply from both sides, and the late golden sun of the afternoon was turning crimson, and there was so much gravel, and I kept wondering, so much gravel at the end of the journey. And sometimes I wonder, with all that goes on in the present day and age, with the present state of the world, I hope the journey of humanity is not adorned with pure gravel. I hope it's not that poignant.
Okay. Wow. So you also like Vermont, huh?
Yeah,
Maine, Vermont.
Yeah, New England. Yeah.
Those states there. Well, speaking of autumn, what season are we in?
Autumn.
Right. So guys, I think it's a perfect time to buy the book because look at this poet beside me is already discussing what foliage we can see, what foliage we can enjoy, and what foliage we can be thankful for.
May I add a little something here in the context of autumn because it's so close to heart? So in a couple of days, I plan on chasing the golden grapevines of Lake Geneva on the hill slope on the shore of Lake Geneva. So it was something I had wanted to do for the longest time. But because this autumn I'm away from the United States for 3 weeks, I'm missing the prime of autumn back in America. And I'm feeling the separation because autumn in America, as you know, is absolutely
beautiful.
Yeah, enchanting.
Yeah. So I'm from New York City, but nothing will beat upstate New York, New England area.
Adirondacks,
especially when I hiked in the Acadia National Park during this time of the year, where it's just cool, right? It's not too cold, and it's just cool, and you walk, you appreciate, and you thank the heavens that you are alive. Okay, yes.
There is a paragraph in the North Dakota chapter, and that autumn in North Dakota, I was again missing the gorgeous autumn in Vermont, because the autumn in North Dakota is lackluster. But then, like, I sat down one night, and too many thoughts and memories of autumn embraced from all sides.
Yeah.
And I wrote a paragraph about those feelings of ruminations that night. So there is a paragraph dedicated to autumn, all the emotions of autumn, the beauty of autumn, universal autumn, what is like varied and what is also placeless.
Yeah.
In that paragraph in the North Dakota chapter, in the Grand Forks chapter.
Wow.
Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is autumn, right? It is autumn
Right now, October.
And yes,
Yeah.
he's gonna miss the peak of the U.S. What the U.S. can offer for autumn, but gosh, Lake Geneva, Switzerland, right? Autumn in Switzerland. I don't think that should be missed too, right? Once in our lifetime, we should climb as the hills are always alive in like the sound of music.
Right, the sound of music, exactly. Yep.
Okay, hashtag time travel tales. Hashtag time travel tales.
Once again, like, what resonates most is the stories in my book, also different memories of childhood, which I also included flashbacks in my book. Because I lived in several places since I was a little child.
Yeah.
So when I reminisce, many of those feel like time travel and travel through a different, almost dreamlike. Dreamlike.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason I designed the book cover to be black and white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So Sobs here is very nostalgic.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And he's very nostalgic, and again appreciates every single place that he's lived, every single place that he's been to, and every single place that you are gonna go to. Right. And I will not hold you longer, right? So please go invite our viewers to buy your book. Why should they buy your book, and where can they find you? On social media or your website?
So what's important for me to share, for the sake of honesty and integrity, is that I never meant my book to be a self-help book. I wrote very clearly in the preface that the purpose of this book is neither to educate nor to edify. Somebody might find some advice, some valuable advice in the book, nevertheless, depending on their personal details and how much their life or some phase in their life might resonate with what I shared in the book. But the main purpose of the book is to share a beautiful story, a poignant journey that some prospective reader would hopefully find beautiful, just like an encounter with a beautiful poem or a beautiful piece of music. Like, to me, supreme art is not there to tangibly teach you anything. Preaching is not the purpose of supreme art, but the purpose of supreme art is to touch people with something deeply aesthetically pleasing, something genuinely delightful. And I'm not trying to say that my book is supreme art.
I was going to say,
but I doubt that very much. But it's definitely an artistic endeavor from a humble soul. So I hope that it will resonate with some people who are lovers of beauty.
yes,
That is the hope I pay it within my heart. Yeah.
So, my goodness, so much poured, so much shared, and so much given. So, as I told him yesterday, it's a shame if your book will just stay on the shelves or on the pages of Amazon, right? Go get some wisdom, get some knowledge, get some poetry, get some artwork from one single book. The Time on the Gravel Roads by none less than the professor, the poet, the author, Sobranil Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So this is the last day. In a few hours, this will all close down. So, hand your bookmarks. See, look at this warrior. This warrior has his bookmarks ready. Hand them your business cards to let them know that not only do you have not only are you an author, but you have an artwork in the form of a book that you'd want to share.
Wonderful.
Much appreciated. So
Thank you so much for all your help.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, folks. We have two more authors to talk to. We've talked to these ladies early on, but we would also like to talk to them again because we would like to end the live sessions of the Frankfurt International Book Fair with them as our special and very important guests and authors. So, I've seen this lady have lunch, Vietnamese lunch, huh? Yeah. So, I'll just call her in. Alyssa Mortel.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Alyssa.
How?
What was that?
That was Chinese.
Chinese.
I did have Vietnamese, but I don't speak Vietnamese.
Okay. Well, Vietnam's near China, and ni hao.
Ni hao.
Yeah. Okay. So
we also have another special guest.
Oh, do we?
I can feel someone.
Do we?
I can feel someone sneaking in.
Oh my goodness, that's my son Enzo.
Oh my goodness, we have a little Enzo in here.
All right. So your book, Invisible Warriors, #1 international best-selling.
Yes.
What is it about?
This is about people with chronic illness, it's about chronic illness in general, whether it be mental or physical. What I did is I got rid of all medical jargon, and I also made it a workbook to deepen your understanding. And by getting rid of the medical jargon, what I did is it gets rid of all misunderstanding and stigma that surrounds chronic illness, which is really, really important.
Yes.
Yeah. There's also a story from a really wonderful gentleman in the UK, Kevin Clark, and his harrowing story to help kind of tie everything together, which is really wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who should read your book?
Everybody should read my book.
Everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's a really important topic nowadays, whether you're living with chronic illness and you identify as being chronically ill. This is really going to help you with your understanding of what you're going through. And it's great for you to give to your loved ones. That's why I made it a short and thin book.
Yes.
You can gift it to your loved ones and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. And that's why I made it thin, because you can gift it to somebody and you're not asking too much to ask them to read it. Or if you know somebody that maybe wants to understand what your loved one is going through, you can gift it to them and say, hey, I think this is what you're going through.
Right.
So it's great to go either way. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'd like to, to also capitalize on the fact that it's not just a book, or it's not just a self-help book.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's also a workbook.
It is absolutely a workbook,
So
and possibly a journal as well.
There you go. So it's not just a workbook, it's a journal as well.
Yes.
Okay. So what is it about? I mean, what do we do?
You answer the questions as you go and as you grow. So, you can go through this through years of time. Yeah, as you go through your life. You and I were talking earlier today, there's seasons of your life, just like as you go. So you can take notes here and, say you come back to this book in a few years and you want to change. You change through your diagnosis, you change through your life, you grow through your life. Maybe you want to buy a second copy, which is always great, and try to
compare.
Compare and do these questions again.
And appreciate how far you've gone.
And come, how far,
it's just like looking at an old picture of us, right? It's like, oh my goodness, this was a crazy me or whatever me, right?
Yeah, look at this place I was, 4 months ago or
Yes.
6 months ago. John and I were just looking at a picture of me that we have up in our stand, and how different it was when we met in London.
Yes.
Yeah, just earlier this year, and compared to now in Frankfurt, how much I've changed as an author and as an entrepreneur, and how much has
And how much she's traveled.
Yeah.
As a person, and really appreciates the world. So even before she was an author, she already traveled the world.
I do love traveling.
You were doing that for another reason. Now you're traveling because of your book.
Yes.
How does that feel?
It feels wonderful. I get to meet people everywhere. I get to hear their story about how they're living with chronic illness, or they're living as a caretaker of somebody who has chronic illness. And the stories I've heard so far, they're beautiful and they're heartbreaking, and it's just been a wonderful journey.
Yeah. So are you ready to play a game?
I love games.
Okay. So which haven't we played yet?
This one right here.
This is fill in the blanks, or what they call finish this line.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll
Are you
see.
ready?
I think so.
Is the studio ready with the finish the lines of Alyssa Mortel? So while they're getting ready, would you like to tell them the whole or who was your inspiration in writing this book?
My inspiration truly was my father and my best friend. And my dad really wanted to understand what was happening with me. And so I tried to find resources for him, to find a really simple, easy way to explain what I was going through as someone who had severe chronic illness. I have functional neurological disorder, or FND, and fibromyalgia, and a few other chronic diseases and disorders. And just finding a simple resource for him to understand. I scoured the internet, I scoured a lot of toxic groups, I scoured a lot of other places, and there were just no resources. So I ended up writing it. And as I was writing it, I realized that this needs to go deeper.
Did you ever think you were going to be an author?
No.
Oh my goodness.
No, in fact, actually, I was a math major.
Oh.
I was an astrophysicist.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And you've never thought that you were going to be an author, right?
No. In fact, I didn't do well in English classes.
Okay.
So it was a really amazing journey.
Yeah. And look at you now.
Yeah.
You don't have to be good in English to be an author.
No.
Because as you live life, as you are successful in life, there are things that truly become who we were not.
Yes. Life is always full of surprises.
Yes. Okay. So let's play the game. Let's be ready for the first line.
Okay.
If life gives you lemons,
life
blank.
gives you lemons, blank. If life gives you lemons, sell the lemons at a premium and fund your dreams.
Okay. Fund your dreams. Fund your dreams. No, with lemonade?
You want to make lemonade.
Okay. Behind every great man, blank.
Is a great person rolling their eyes.
Okay. The early bird catches
a nap in the afternoon.
All right. When in Rome, blank.
When in Rome, take the tour and leave Google Maps behind.
Take the tour. A walking tour or the hop on, hop off?
Whichever one's cheaper.
Whichever one's cheaper. Okay. What doesn't kill you? Blank.
What doesn't kill you? You never know. Might make you stronger.
All right. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
But
blank.
you can say the meme in 5.
Or you can read the meme in 3. Right? You can't judge a book by its cover. Blank.
Can't judge a book by its cover, but you can judge a pizza by its toppings.
Oh yeah. You're right. And my son loves pizza with no topping. So, yep. Time flies when you're blank.
Time flies when you're getting older.
Getting older. Getting older, but having fun.
That's right.
All right. And that's what we've done for the past 5 days.
That is.
Although day 1 was.
I missed day 1.
Yes.
We all know that I wasn't here for day
But you've totally made up for it.
Yeah.
There's day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. How has it been? How has Frankfurt been, Alyssa?
Frankfurt's been wonderful. Frankfurt is, especially the book fair. I can't believe how wonderful the book fair has been. I met such great people.
Yeah.
I've had some just incredible connections. I can't get over how big this place is. I still haven't seen the whole book fair.
Yeah, of course.
I know. I still haven't been to Building 1.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And you can't
It's called Messe
miss it.
Hall.
Hall 1. I still haven't been to Hall 1. And I don't think I've seen everything yet. Obviously, I haven't. But even the buildings that I've been to, I don't think I've seen everything in them.
No.
I guarantee I haven't.
There's 3 to 4 floors in every hall.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
place is huge. And all just books.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see the printing press they have in Hall 2?
No.
Yeah.
I'm working. How can I?
It's crazy.
Yes, yeah.
I did get to see the Guinness Book of World Records, the official attempt,
Oh.
which was amazing. We got to
okay.
see that today,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
really cool.
All right, but it is one of a kind. When the old lady that you introduced to me this morning,
Yeah, that really
just-
was amazing. It touched your heart.
it really did, because
Yeah.
you see how if you really take care of things, and you see if you really put a lot into a thing like this organization,
Mhm.
it will be there. It'll be there not only for 75 years. Historically, this is a book fair that's been here in Frankfurt for more than 500 years.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome.
And not just any old lady, she was a nun.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So I feel blessed now.
Yeah.
Right?
She was amazing. She was so
again,
beautiful.
500
500 plus years. Yeah.
And
And
she said, I've already been here even before you were born.
yeah,
Wow.
so beautiful.
And I think I will, when I die, I
Discover Dashing Douglas.
Reader's Magnet is back in the heart of Guadalajara, Mexico. Join us for the largest Spanish-language book fair in the world. Guadalajara International Book Fair 2024. Access to over 300,000 titles. Networking opportunities with 15,000 book professionals. Feature your book in our book shoutout. And invite readers to grab a copy through our book plug. See you on November 30th to December 4th, 2024. Visit us at booth GG40 and GG42. Don't miss out and save the date. Contact us at 1-800-8050-762.
On the sphere.
UFC.
Yes, so books.
Books, but UFC.
No books,
Las
books,
Vegas.
books.
Absolutely. So, obviously, it's a live show. Anything and anything can happen. Anything and anything can happen. You know.
And anything and everything does.
Yep. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Like getting
Absolutely.
lost on the train.
Yep. Conveniently in Amsterdam
He keeps
and in
thinking
Belgium.
it was so
Of course.
convenient for me.
You have weed and chocolate? Perfect. That's heaven.
And I did
Anyway.
not partake.
Okay. So so we were talking about being here in the fair, being one with a lot of nations, you know, being so different.
In the Mecca.
Yeah.
In the Messe.
In Mecca, in the Messe, in
Yeah.
Medina, and the Messe. Yeah. So yep. This is the Mecca of books. Guys.
Yes, it is.
And
that's what this book is doing here.
yeah, yep. And we were really saying that different languages, different cultures, but by golly, right?
Yes.
Everyone is bounded by a book,
Yes.
right?
Could we play on words more, you guys?
Yeah. Bound book, yes. You know, all it's as if we're just not only one chapter, but a page or a word,
word.
of that whole book called Mother Earth and called Life.
Yes.
Right? So yeah, I was just sharing also to her, you know, how when I'm here in Frankfurt, you know, this song by my favorite band really resonates in my head because, you know, over here is Korea, over here is USA, over there's China, over there's India, Canada, and whatnot.
In
right?
Australia, too, right next
And
door.
Yep, and
It's
Australia.
amazing how you can put all these countries
Africa.
right next to each other in
Right.
one building, in one lane,
All for the love of books.
all for the love of books and all for the love of just one thing, and that's storytelling.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was telling her, U2, my favorite band, has a beautiful song called One.
Yes.
Right? One, we're not the same, but we gotta carry each other.
Mhm.
One.
Yes.
But on that note, can you please invite them to
Everyone,
to buy your book?
please come to Amazon.com and you can get my book there, or Amazon anywhere in the world, or you can go on to V as in Victory, Warriors.com, where you can engage with each other. And for the month of October, we've got a really special deal for you guys.
Yeah.
Because of the Frankfurt Book Awards, or Book Awards, look at me go. I'm already thinking about award season coming up. Because of the Frankfurt Book Fair, you can go on, and if you want to become a member, you can go on to click the Become a Member, and you will get 3 free months. Thank you to our friends over at Reader's Magnet.
You
and
are
because
very
of
welcome.
here at the Frankfurt Book Awards, enter the discount code
Book Fair.
FRA 2024, and you will get 3 free months membership to the ivwarriors.com, where you will get access to the forum, where you'll be able to tell your story to the world and have other people join you and learn all about you and become friends of like-minded people all over the world. And you'll get 30 free minutes of wellness consultation with me, Alyssa Mortel, your best-selling international author.
Awesome. I couldn't just help but notice the origami earrings.
Oh yeah, you just noticed. These are so
it's
fun.
Japanese.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I got them from the Japanese booth.
Oh my. Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a free gift from our friends over in Japan.
Yeah, so anime, manga, other Japanese
Origami,
book, origami.
so fun.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So continue to have fun. We have a few more hours left.
We do.
And we truly appreciate
I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Very much.
Yes.
All right. Good
Bye,
luck.
guys. Thank you.
All right. So, last but not the least,
Are you
we
out?
actually have our author that will bring and end this with a lot of positivity. I'm doing this because do you know that this wonderful author is actually a yogi herself? None other than Rachel Lorelai Villanueva. Come on down. Bring more surprises. Bring more surprises. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, good, good. How was your lunch?
Very good.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
spoke to you before lunch.
Yes. Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. Oh my God. Even the food here, folks. They're one of a kind because obviously there's an international market. There's an international representation. It's just awesome to be part
Yes,
of such
it
a
is.
community.
Yeah, it's a community. Yeah, exactly.
It's a huge one.
Yeah.
Is this your first time at the Frankfurt Book Fair?
Yes, it's my first time here.
Have you ever been to a book fair?
No, never.
Oh my.
Never.
If this is your first
time and everything.
you will not already appreciate the other book fairs. I'm telling you, this is the biggest already.
Yeah.
This is the
I heard.
biggest.
Worldwide. they said,
Worldwide, and it's the longest running.
Mhm.
It's the longest running, right? So she's from Luxembourg, but she flew over just to promote her book. And do you know that this officially and as an organization, this has been formally established 76 years ago.
Wow.
You know that?
No.
Okay, now I'm telling you that. But it doesn't stop there. Because informally, the book fair as a gathering and as a tradition has actually been in existence more than 500.
Oh my
500.
God. Wow.
500.
That's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
And it just goes to show, if there's an event like this, if there's a gathering like this, the stories that have been told over the not over the decades but over the centuries that have passed, it's just
Yeah, it's
awesome.
amazing. It has that vibe, and then that vibe gets carried over the
Yes.
hundreds of years, and you can feel it when you're here.
Yes.
Like, I feel like it's a very big family of authors, of the entire literary world coming together. It's just amazing.
Did you think that you were going to be an author? Did you think that you were going to have a book?
No, I did not. No, it's a passion, but to transform it into a book someday, that was not my plan at all.
Yeah. See, so there is a lot of accidental authors here, but I think it's our destiny.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a destiny for you to write the unnamed work.
Yeah.
What is the unnamed work about?
So the unnamed work, it's a book about spiritual teachings, healing. It's about transforming the life, whether you want to change it in a physical aspect or mentally, emotionally. We talk a lot about manifestation. It's all in this book, and it's for anyone who seeks really change into their lives. So yeah, that's all packed in here.
All right. And who should read your book?
So
or who can read your book?
Anyone from Gen Z, Gen X, millennia. There is really no time frame, because I think it's never too late. If you want to change your life in any area of it, you can always change anything. And that's why I always say I don't categorize the genre, the age, sorry. And it's the same like the title. It's named Unnamed because you cannot put someone into a box. We are so different. Our personalities, how we are, we can't be defined.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so what's the format of your book, or what's the how are your ideas presented in the book?
So my ideas are presented into steps, and that's also going to be in the chapters. And the first chapters are all about creating rituals. So we are most often in our heads or in the emotional, and then we don't know where we're going. We're scattered all over the place. And the first concepts are really about creating a ritual, finding yourself back, recentering, using crystals, something like a mala bead, like the bracelet I'm wearing.
Another surprise for this afternoon.
Like the bracelet I'm wearing. You can
Where's
literally.
that from?
This is from India. It's nice because it has 108 beads. And I find that symbol beautiful because 1 stands for beginning, 0 for nothing, and 8, like in mathematics, it's infinity. And it's beautiful.
Infinity.
You have something in your hand, and each time you're passing the beads, you're reprogramming the subconscious. And that I talk about in the book, because the way how you think, the way how you act and behave, that becomes repetitively your innate personality. So if you want to change something, you can use those same techniques to reprogram habits and the mind, and you can use things like this, like rituals that I talk in my book, to make changes.
Nice. Okay, so beads, crystals, you know, all you have to do is just read this book.
Yoga, astrology.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that, you know, that connection with really finding that that balance. Right?
Yeah, the balance. There are a lot of spiritual tools and teachings, and we also dive into journaling, rituals.
Okay.
Also deconstruction of the mind. So that's a technique where you can re-question everything what you've always learned and been told to. So all the things that is that really true? When someone says this or that, is that really true? So it's like that self-questioning. All of those techniques are in the book.
Nice. And only you will get to know those techniques and rituals if you buy the book.
Exactly.
Where can we buy the book?
So the book is available worldwide. You just need to write my name, Rachel Lorelai Villanueva, or the unnamed work on Google, and you will find all the platforms. It's available on Amazon, US, UK. It's on Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Indigo. It's like really all of those platforms. It's around all the world.
Yeah. Okay, so it was very nice meeting you. It was a pleasure.
A pleasure.
I think you stumbled upon us for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? And
God's word.
Yep, absolutely, right? Destiny, serendipity. But thank you.
Thank you so
for
much.
gracing us with your presence.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Yeah. So don't forget to buy her book on Amazon. And you know, it's gonna be The Unnamed Work by Rachel Lorelai Villanueva. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you, community. You mean a lot, the world to me. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So, wow. Great authors. We had. We started with. What was that? I'm sorry.
De toute façon, regarde, je vais te donner un truc.
Commercial.
Je vais te donner un truc.
Is it commercial? Okay. So are we going on commercial? Not yet. When? Now? I don't know. Okay, we're live, but I would like to say bye. Right? Enzo, Nika, did you guys eat, ma'am? Croissant na plain? Yeah. All right. Okay, okay, folks. Like all good things, it's time to end, right? It's been 5 days of such a wonderful journey. It's 5 days of great interaction. It's 5 days of networking. It's 5 days of really getting to know not only authors but folks in the industry. And what a blessing, what an honor it has been to really interact, to engage, and to get to know all the folks in the industry, to say hi to familiar faces, to send our salutations to folks that are also familiar with our brand and we're familiar of theirs as well. But it has to end, right? And it has been a very great chapter for Readers Magnet, because this is the second year that as a solo exhibitor we are present, we are live here at the Frankfurt International Book Fair. I remember back in the day when we were part of a team of U.S. Of American publishers, right? And we'd share a booth, we'd share 2 or 3 booths with a lot of us and a lot of our books. And those days were also truly memorable. But the past 2 years, I have to say, is the most memorable, right? From setting things up, from really choosing the authors that are going to be with us, and that we're going to carry for the show has been all worthwhile. It was tiring. It was tiring, but it was good. It was tiring, but it was great. And it was tiring because at the end of the day, it's very rewarding, right? My family joined me during the weekend. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday afternoon here at Frankfurt, and things are winding down already. And people are, excited to go back home. I'm excited to go back home to New York and live the daily rigor, the daily rigor of our lives, like sending my son back to school, and picking him up from school, and the hundreds of thousands of exhibitors are all going to do the same, to go back to their home country and go back to their lives and prepare for the next show. So speaking of the next shows, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2, right? We have 2 book events that are coming up, and that are coming up really soon. In 2 months, we're gonna bring most of the titles here and then some to Guadalajara in Jalisco, Mexico, for the Festival Internacional de Libros for Guadalajara, the largest Spanish-speaking book fair in the heart of Mexico. So I will see most of you in Mexico, if not all of you. I'll see you in Mexico for the book fair. And then in January of 2025, we're gonna have what you can see, the Festival of Storytellers. If someone can just flash that on the screen, because this awesome virtual event is gonna happen January 2025 to February 2, 2025. So 2 weeks of great virtual interaction, 2 weeks of great virtual engagement, right? There's going to be a lot of fair goers. There's going to be a lot of authors. There's going to be a lot of folks that will come into one website. So now we're in one area, we're in one city, one hall, we're physically here. And, in Guadalajara, in Mexico, it's going to be the same, as the publishing industry will converge in Mexico after this. But in January, the longest running virtual book fair is going to happen right in the comforts of your home, in your bed, in your living room, in your dining room, or in your offices, right? Please get to know more of this great festival. It is going to be www.thefestivalofstorytellers.com or www.readersmagnet.com. And I'm telling you, right, as we're going to have fun in Mexico, we're going to have more fun doing things virtually. It's going to be winter in America in January, right? So what better way to still continue to talk about your book, to promote your book, but through a virtual space that will have also that same impact with a virtual audience, which you can interact, engage, and even throw a freebie or two. So to win more Kindles, go to these two fairs that I've been. Again, we're going to be in Guadalajara, Mexico in November. That's the end of November. And then in the end of January up to February 2, the Festival of Storytellers at www.festivalofstorytellers.com. Okay, so Enzo, are you ready to say bye to everyone? Yeah, okay. Because I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough for watching us. I cannot thank you enough for following us the past 4 days, and including today, the past 5 days have been indeed a truly fun experience. A fun experience that that have great connections, that have made great connections, valuable relations, and time that is truly well spent. So again, as I've said, everything comes to an end, and this is John ending the show here live. But there's still gonna be a book shout out after this. It's gonna be back to Rob, the main man, and then with Rob, I think Rob is gonna do also the raffle of the Kindle. Rob and the team is gonna give out 2 Kindles. The Kindles was doing the scavenger hunt, or the game that a lot of people played in searching for Dashing Douglas. So let's make sure that we still stay tuned. But for now, thank you, goodbye, and thank you. Back to you, Rob. Back to you, Rob.
Welcome back. So I just summoned Revan using my summoning salts, and now we have Revan back with us. And again, it's going to be the Rob and Revan show to close your day when it comes to the festival, again, Frankfurt International Book Fair, and to each and everyone who has been joining and tuning in on the live stream and being at the live event as well. Thank you very much for the support. We really do appreciate that. Me and Revan want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each one of you, because nothing of this would be possible without you guys.
Without you.
Okay. Okay. So coming up with a couple of lists. So Revan, so how was your day so far? Since I summoned you, how was the summoning for you?
It's a very busy day. I just got out from a photo shoot. Actually,
photo shoot. Okay.
Yes. And Michelle Moreno saying hi. Oh, hello, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you much for tuning in the stream. Okay. So again, thank you much for joining in, Michelle, as well. So, but coming up with the whole thing. So again, it's going to be the last day.
Oh, it's already the last day.
Yes, it's the last day, but you don't need to worry though, because each and every one, we're still going to be having some events. So, Revan, where do you think that other people can watch us for future events for this year as well?
Guys, we're still going to have a show on October. An event in November 30 to December 4. That's going to be Guadalajara International Book Fair. So if you want to join us, please join us. Just call us on 1-800-805-0762. Let us share your story with the world.
Okay. Going about the whole thing, and as what you said earlier, though, thank you much for that, John. Really appreciate the warm welcome, as also a token of appreciation as well. Because again, with our Readers Magnet staff at the event as well, it's really something to have people be there physically that you can talk to.
Yes.
Like the people that you're working with is people that you can interact with.
Yes. I really love the fact that we have authors at the Frankfurt Book Fair and being featured in Readers Magnet as well. As they actually have a chance to connect with our viewers right here. And as for me, I've just discovered some of these authors and I'm checking them out on Amazon.
And that's what you do. You keep on checking them out and checking their books out. So if ever you had found your, your future favorite author, feel free to check out their books that's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or wherever their books might be available. But speaking of books that are available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble, let us continue with our book shoutouts. But before that, just want to give you a quick heads up. As what John said earlier, we're going to be raffling 2 Kindle entries. Yes, 2. Not just one, but 2 Kindles. We'll be raffling 2 extra Kindles. So here's how it's going to work, okay? So after, we're going to be rattling off all the books here. We got to make sure, okay, all the books. Once we're done with the book shout out, that's the time that we will move forward with our, our raffle draw. So we're going to be picking 1 raffle entry for those who join the online session, which is answering the trivia. And then the second Kindle is going to be a mix. So it's mix. People who join the scavenger hunt physically and those who answer a trivia.
That's nice.
So there is another, if ever you won't be picked up, then there is still a second chance for you guys to be there. But just want to give you a heads up, in order for us to give you the free Kindle, you got to be here.
You got to be here.
Yes, once we call your name, you got to be available. Oh, and thank you much for tuning in, Ghislaine. Thank you much for joining in as well. And hey, who knows? You might be getting that free Kindle. Who knows? Who knows? Manifesting, okay? So, coming up with the book shoutouts, though, let's start, Revan. Let's start the book shoutouts.
Let's start the book shoutout now. We have a first book from Renee Cervello. This is P.T. The Pog Escapes for 24 Hours. This is a children's book. You can scan the QR code right here if you want to check it out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And she also had another book called You're Kidding, I'm a Senior, also from Renee Cervello. Check this out. I've actually read this one.
Okay. So what is the book all about then?
It's actually about humor being kind of old.
So it's old-timey humor?
Yeah.
Old-timey humor.
Old-timey humor. It's funny, guys. It's really funny for me. It's like stress reliever.
And if you don't mind me asking, so how old are you, Revan?
Oh my God.
Or is that something you don't want to share?
It's something I don't want to share.
Okay, so coming up with the whole thing. So again, if ever you're interested in getting these books, and if ever you love humor, such the same thing as Revan, which you love the old-time humor, again, QR code is available for you to scan, okay? And the next book that we do have here on the list is a general fiction book that includes a literary and historical figures. We have here Woodlawn Giants, coming from Robert Ross Williams. Okay, so Woodlawn Giants. If ever you're interested and want to know more on who these giants are, feel free to scan the QR code and add it to your future books to read list. Okay,
It's a good book as well.
Okay,
I've done the reading.
Okay, you've done all the readings.
Yes.
Okay,
And then we have another book here called Moonluck by Scott Harrell.
Yes, Scott
This
Harrell.
is a general fiction book that includes literary and historical. So if you want to talk about, if you want to have this in your collection, just check this out. Scan QR code, and it's going to direct you to Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, and you know what's good thing about this though? Here's the good thing about it. I checked this book as well. Yeah, and if you are familiar, how to say this? Who among you have you seen the movie The Thing?
I love it's one of my favorites.
Yes, The Thing, but
there are two versions of that.
Yeah, actually, there is a couple of versions with The Thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about this. Now, here's the thing. This book has that same sense, but you would not expect the ending a mile away. You'll never expect it. Yeah. So if ever you're interested in having these, how do you say this? These kind of a thriller mystery books. Again, Moonluck is available. Get it though. Again, it's coming from Scott Harrell. You can also visit his website to check on updates on what he's currently doing, especially with this book as well. Okay. And coming back with our next book that we do have here on the list. Okay. Before I move on with the list, there's someone curious and wants to know from Maxine Thorson. Now I'm curious. How old are you, Revan? How old are you, Revan? I'm not going to be.
I'm actually 32.
32. Oh, and I am still 18.
How many years have you been 18?
I've been 18. I don't know. Okay, but again, coming back with our next book that we do have here on the list is coming from Stephen Lloyd Ostlander, Dick and Jane Go to War. It's a general fiction book, and if ever you're interested and want to know what this is all about, it might be talking about battle of the sexes.
Yeah, it's actually about war.
It's really about war?
Yeah, it's about war.
Amazing.
So there are two people.
You're spoiling it. You're reading everything.
It's about war, so and romance.
Okay, but don't spoil anything.
And it's funny.
It's funny. Oh, if you want to have a dash of humor and going, that's Dick and Jane Go to War. And another book coming from the same author, Stephen Lloyd Ostlander. We do have another book, The Streamlined Locomotive. Now, let me ask you, have you read this book?
Yes.
Okay, you read
It's also very funny.
It's also...
And it's about family traditions.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
really
mission. You really have, how do you say this? You really have this sense when it comes with a couple of books. And I'm starting to sense a pattern that there are some books that you have read when it comes with storyline. It's giving me an idea. And Maxine, yes, I am not cheating. I said, yes. So Maxine, just to answer the question though, since Revan answered that he's 32, I'm going to up that. So I'm currently 41 years old right now. 41. I'm still lying. I won't say my age because I don't want, but me and Revan were on the same age bracket. That's just one thing that you can consider though. Okay. So again, coming back up again, if ever you're interested in knowing more about this book and what Revan had read and why it's very interesting to him, then go for it, scan the QR code and add it to your future books to read list. Okay.
Next, we have On That Day, a trilogy by Thomas Sheets. This is a spirituality and inspirational book. If you want to add this in your collection, just scan the QR code right here and it will direct you to a page where you can get it. It'll be Amazon or Barnes and Noble.
Awesome. And another book that we do have here on the list is coming from, again, one of the authors who had also has an interview with us. Author is Yereni Beltran. It is a religion and spirituality book. Title of the book is Building Bridges Made in His Image. There. So if ever you are interested in getting some more spiritual books that you want to add on to your, how do you say this, your spiritual read or your spiritual journey.
Yes,
that's good. You can add these books to your future books to read list. Okay. And also one more thing, just want to comment. I'm checking your comments and let the guesses come in. Again, it's still the line of three. That's just what's important, okay? It's in the line of three.
It's in the line of three.
It's in between 30 to 40. It's between that, okay? So at least you know I'm in my how about this? Early 30s. Early 30s. Same age with Revan here. Okay. So again, coming back.
Alfredo is actually guessing 33.
Yes, yes. And don't worry, I'm old already. I'm old, like I think
Older than the tree.
older than the trees. I am 400 years old, and I am one with the elves. So again, once again, though, that is Building Bridges, Made in His Image from Yareni Beltran. If you are interested and want to go for this book, then hey, go for it. Grab a copy and scan it. Okay?
Next up, we have A Journey Through Life by Yvonne Bronstar. So this is a spirituality and inspirational book. It's actually a compilation of poetry by Yvonne. So you can scan the QR code right here. Next, we also have another book from Yvonne. It's Dogs with Attitude. So this is actually a fun book. This is about dogs, literally dogs in the life of Yvonne Bronstar. If you want to know about these dogs, they actually have attitudes and they are immortalized in this book. Just scan the QR code and check it out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And another
book.
Yvonne has another book. Yvonne Bronstar is on a roll.
Okay, three books in a row.
The Power of Prayer and Devotion. So this is a spirituality and inspirational book. So this is supplementary reading for you if you are into praying and devotion. So this is a Devo book. You can scan this QR code to direct you to Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Again, if ever you want to check what Yvonne has under her belt when it comes to books, you see, it's 3 in a row. So you'll be expecting there is more. I once spoke with an author before, like he had 62 books.
62
books. It is a mix and match of genres, but it's only talking about one specific thing. It's talking about humanity and woke culture, like that huge.
One subject, and then
there's different
a lot
books,
of genres.
and it's more like children's books. And there's like poetry, a lot of things. Don't worry, if ever I'll remember the name of the author, you can try to check the author out. He has. That's his niche, basically. A niche or niche?
I don't know. I say niche.
I say niche as well. Okay. So,
how about you guys?
But again, coming back with the whole thing. But again, if ever you're interested, though, scan the QR code and feel free to add it to your future books to read this. And the next book that we do have here on the list, it is also from a different author right now, coming from Nolan J. Harkness. Through Heaven's Vision, an imaginary journey of heaven's perspective, guided by scriptures. There. If it makes you curious and you want to know more about the book, hey, feel free to scan the QR code, and who knows, maybe it's really something that you would love to add it to your shelves.
I believe it's going to be unique because it's an imaginary journey.
Guided by scriptures.
Guided by
scriptures. So it might be a journey through the mind.
No.
Who knows? And I guess because since you're having your ideas, it seems that you haven't read it. And there's a book that Revan hasn't read yet. Okay, but again, if ever you're interested, though, feel free to scan the QR code. It's only one scan away. Just put your smartphone up, scan the QR code, click that link, and be routed to where you can purchase the book either through Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Okay.
And we also have another book here with an interesting title. It's called The World of Helicopters by Zika of Macedon Kosmanovsky. So scan the QR code if you want to know more about The World of Helicopters. You can check this out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Okay. And you know what, coming back to the whole thing, you know what, I'm thinking that since we already had done the first half of our book shout-outs, is anyone ready to start the raffle draw?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you guys ready?
A lot of people answering the trivia.
Okay, so those who have answered your trivia, again, you have earned a raffle entry. So just to rattle off the people who do have a raffle entry, for them to, how to say this, trying to see that if ever you got one in the bucket here. So here are the current people who do have a raffle entry. So again, that is coming. First, we do have Paul Pocket. Okay. Next is Jessica. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. Jessica Manges. Next is also Letters to the Universe, and then we also have one from Erin Lisa Redongegas. We also have from Jar Red. Ghislaine also has a raffle entry, and I guess those are the people who got these questions correct.
Oh,
it's only a few. Just realize it. Only a few people. So
I'm excited for these people.
In this
who among these
people?
Man?
Yeah.
Okay. Get the
But again, okay, if ever you'll be getting a free Kindle, that's gonna be one time. You have two chances of winning a free Kindle. But yet again, though, if you are available, Paul, you better be here. Aaron, Letters to the Universe, Jared, Jessica, Ghislaine, keep your keep your live stream up and make sure that you can type in here once your name is gonna be called. So without further ado, let us
spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Okay, so here we'll be spinning the wheel. As you can see, this wheel is on screen right now, and we are about to spin it. So, Maestro, spin the wheel. What's with the sound effects? And the winner is, we have a winner from Paul Pocket.
Congratulations,
Paul. And I was talking about you earlier. I was not thinking that you're really getting it. Paul has a freaking. So Paul, if ever you are available, just kindly put in the chat here. Say, I know you're eating right now at Cracker Barrel.
I also know that he's here.
Yes, he was here earlier. Oh, there. So we have here Paul. So Paul, again, congratulations for winning a free Kindle. So one of our Readers Magnet staff will be getting in touch with you to provide instructions on how we can send you the free Kindle. Awesome, man. Awesome.
For the new Kindle.
And again, if you want to have a Kindle, I want to have a new Kindle, but we need to give it away. Okay, we need to give it away because we are.
Congratulations for the Kindle that I will never have.
Okay, but again, you still do have a second draw. So to anyone who will be winning that second Kindle, you know what? I want to do the second draw right now, but I'm still thinking if ever we can try to continue with the book shoutouts before we continue with the mix of winners. Okay, so just to continue with the book shoutouts that we have here on the list again, once again, Paul, congratulations. Again, you've been here from day 1 to day 5. And again, you do really have that. Okay, so coming off with the books, though, again, next book that we do have here on the list is Surfer Dude, Legendary Stallion of Shinkuti. There. And I keep on telling that I'll be doing my research about these horses. Unfortunately,
did my research.
You did? Okay, now, tell me. Tell me, Revan.
Guys, I did my research. Do you know Chincoteague is actually a town in Virginia. It's the name of a town, and it's about there's horses, right?
Yes.
Chincoteague is actually known for horse penning or horse swim. So they let the horses swim in this body of water. So that's why most of the time, if they talk about Chincoteague, there's horses in it.
Okay. Now it makes sense why he has a lot of horses.
Yeah, horses.
It makes sense right now. So, Lois Szymanski, now your book has a background story. Thank you to our resident researcher, Revan. So, thank you very much for doing the research on behalf of me. And I'm sorry though I keep on forgetting stuff, but at least I have Revan to catch the lapses on where I am lacking though. But again, just wanna with all the people who have joined our trivia, and again, we still do have a second raffle draw that will be happening later on. So don't you worry though, we'll be having that later once we're done with books. We only have like how many books do we have left? We only have only 7 books left.
7.
Basically. So again, once again, that's Surfer Dude, Legendary Stallion of Shinkuti from Louis Szymanski. So if ever you're interested in grabbing a copy of this book, go for it, and hey, add it to your future books to list. Okay?
Next up, we have from our Kindle winner, Paul Pocket.
Okay.
We have Inspirational Recovery Quote Coloring Book. Fun for adults, kids, men, women, all ages. Stress and anxiety relief. Recovery Quote Coloring Books by Paul Pocket.
Okay.
So if you want to check this out you can check this out on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble, if you want to have this in your collection.
Unfortunately, it's not yet up on Amazon.
Oh, not yet.
Yeah, only on Barnes & Noble right now.
This is only on Barnes & Nobles right now, guys. So it's kind of rare. It's only on Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Noble right now.
Check it out. Yeah.
Okay. So again, and the next book that we do have here on the list is again, Paul, congratulations for winning it. And hey, who knows? Letters, you might be the next one who will win. Who knows? Jared might be the next one. Ghislaine, you might be the next one. Again, we'll still be doing we'll be throwing in a second Kindle later on. Okay. But again, next book that we do have here on the list is 1000 Colonial Farm Road, coming from the author that we had been doing shoutouts for the past week, from Jeff Zimmerman. Okay. So if ever you're interested in knowing more about what other books that Jeff has, feel free to check out. Though it's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, 1000 Colonial Farm Road, or you can just check the author itself, Jeff Zimmerman, and you'll be seeing how many books does Jeff have under his belt. He has a lot of books. I just noticed.
Yeah, I just also noticed that every day is different books.
Different books. It's not this. We're not. It's same thing with Paul. He has different coloring books.
Yeah.
Jeff also has a lot of books as well. That's really awesome, though. Coming back with it, okay?
And coming from another guy with different books as well.
Different books as well.
We have Ghislaine Labrie, and his book is The Curious Little Bird. So you can check this out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble if you want to know more about this children's book. The cover is here, so check it out.
Oh, and Ghislaine, I do know that you are available right now. So if ever you have time, though, you feel free to put in the link to where people can purchase your book. Because again, though, it is a children's book, and I'm an advocate of having good children's book as well. So if ever you have someone you want to give it to, hey, feel free to post in a link. There. God, thank you for that, Ghislaine. Really appreciate that. Okay, just put it up there. Let people check it out, though. And if ever you have more books on your belt, go for it.
And it's also on his website.
Oh, on his website. Yes, that is the website, guys, that you're seeing on screen. Awesome. So again, it's because it's almost Christmas, and I really do like the thought of you trying to give children's book to.
Yeah, I do that.
What type of books do you give during Christmas?
Children's book.
You go for children's book,
I give my nephews a niece because when I was young, my aunt from Florida also gave me like books.
Oh, so
they're more of like the quiz books or the riddle books.
Oh, so you were a bookworm from the get-go.
And my siblings, they get toys. I get books.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
that's why you are the smartest person here with me right now. Makes sense. But again, coming back with the whole thing. But if you'd be asking me what books do I usually give? I usually give. Have you seen these books like it's like an adventure book, but you start from page 1 and then you pick your destination.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Those are the books that I really love to give. I forgot there was that one my favorite book. I keep forgetting what it is, but that was really awesome and good.
With the directions.
Yes, direction, like what's going to be the next page, what's going to happen to you.
I also have
those
that.
things.
I also have this one book. It's like a game. So you need to have a dice.
Okay.
It's like fighting a monster using a book, and then you're going to throw a dice, and then if it says if you get 5 below, go to page this, and if it's 5 above.
Wait, by any chance, do you play
And
Dungeons?
you die. The character actually dies if you get the wrong number of dice.
So
it's an adventure book. It's like a role-playing game.
Do you still have it with you?
I don't know. I'm still going to look.
I need to check. I need to check that out. By any chance, do you play Dungeons and Dragons?
It's like Dungeons and
Dragons.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. But again, though, coming back with the whole book, book coming from Ghislaine. So if ever you're interested in knowing more about this, though, go for it. And who knows? Okay. So if also one more thing about Ghislaine's book. Again, this is what he says. This is just a quote. Let's just say that he's going to discover things about him and the world around. And also, Letters to the Universe, thank you very much for this, though. Love your conversations. My mother and sister are now watching too. Hi, Mom, and hi, Sister.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Sis.
Hi, Sissy, and hi, Mommy. Thank you much for watching the stream as well. And again, coming back with our next book that we do have here on the list, coming from Grace Morgan. It's Somewhere Between Love and Revenge. There. Somewhere between love and revenge. If ever you are caught in between two streams, go for it. If it's either love. But what is in between love and revenge?
I don't know.
If you want to know what it is, grab a copy of this book. It's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And hey, it's something you can add to your future books.
Cover. It's so mysterious.
Okay, go for it. Okay.
And next we have The Montgomery Parks by Julian Foster. This is a literature and fiction book. If you want to add this in your collection, just check this out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Covers over here.
Awesome. Yeah. And also, by the way, so coming from Michelle Morano, Michelle, thank you much for joining the stream. Hi to you. Thank you much for joining
Michelle.
it. It's the last day, and it saddens me to think that we're going to be ending the event today, especially shoutouts. But this is just only for specifically Frankfurt.
For Frankfurt.
Just for this. But then don't worry, we'll be back because there's still going to be more shoutouts in the future.
Yeah, we're going to see you, if you're going to see us on November 30 to December 4. We're going to have an event. We're going to join this event called Guadalajara International Book Fair. So check us out. If you want to join us again, if you're an author and if you want to join us, just call us on 1-800-805-0762.
Okay, so again, and coming back with another book that we do have here on the list, coming from Tom Tate. That is Spear Garden. Okay, so Spear Garden. So I think it's more of a. I want to check this out though, because it has this historical military kind of thing with this. And if ever you do, how to say this? If you are a fan of these types of books, do you love military books by any chance?
I don't.
You really are not. Because there is this, because war books has a different sense of drama. Talking about it, it has this drama that a lot of people are not really aware of. But because you think about war books, it's all about like guns, fighting. But there is always in-depth story that people don't think about it. But
the drama behind
the story itself. Yes. That is just something beautiful about military books. It's not always about the war that they're focused on. It's talking about the lives that these soldiers left behind at home. So if ever it's something you want to go for and want to try it out, hey, it's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Again, that's coming from Tom Tate. Spear Garden, go for it. And hey, who knows? You might be falling in love with a new type of genre book. Okay.
And we also have Strangers Among the Stars from Ruth Black. So if you want to add this in your collection, your Kindle, just check this out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Okay, it's all available there.
Strangers Among the Stars.
There.
Is this a romance story? Is this a space story? I don't know. I haven't read this actually. I will check this out.
Oh, and we do have a comment here from Camille. Hi Camille. Thank you much for joining in the stream. Really love to have you on the stream as well. And thank you much for watching our stream. Even though it's the last day though on Dory, there are still more books for you to check out and for you to fall in love with as well. Okay. And the next book that we do have here on the list is Raven Falls Vampire Chronicles, coming from the author Mary Louise Scott. Okay, so if ever you are interested in joining in, want to check this out, again, it's available through Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And if you are a fan of vampires, are you a fan of vampire books?
I am.
Do you love? So you're telling me you love the Twilight series?
I love the Twilight series.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a different take on it. I'm not going to be talking about my opinion about the Twilight series. I think it's not my cup of tea.
It's not.
That's it. It's just not my cup of tea. But you really love it.
Yeah, I love horror, but Twilight is romance.
Yes, it's a romance. I think that's the reason why I'm not really into it, because it's a.
Because when you talk about a vampire, you actually think of the horror,
the action,
the action.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's the reason why it's not my cup of tea, because I'm expecting horror to be in there or some action, but it's just pure romance.
The reason why I love the Twilight series is when I saw the movie and they're in the biology laboratory. I'm a biology major, so I was like, they're doing the biology thing.
Okay. But yet again, though, if ever you are interested in coming from with the book, though, again, that's A Stranger Among the Stars. Sorry, my bad. Raven Falls Vampire Chronicles. If you're interested, again, feel free to check it out, though. It's available on Barnes & Noble and in Amazon as well. Okay?
And we have Marilyn's Secret Lipstick, a lust, money, and murder novel by Mike Wells. Love it.
Okay.
Marilyn's Secret Lipstick. So I believe he's talking about Marilyn Monroe's lipstick. Because I don't know. I guess I was watching this Facebook videos, and there's like this girl was actually buying Marilyn Monroe's lipstick. So when it's her last day, what type of lipstick did she use?
So
yeah.
Are there people like that?
Yeah. She's like a
I do know Marilyn Monroe,
a makeup influencer, and she's actually buying things that are historical lipsticks or historical makeup. And she did get this Marilyn Monroe's lipstick from bidding.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and she won it. She showed it on the video, and she wants to know what type of shade Marilyn Monroe was wearing during her last days.
So
that's what makes this title interesting to me. It's like Marilyn's Secret Lipstick, a lust, money, and murder novel.
I like it.
Maybe it'll take a
So if ever you're intrigued by this, hey, feel free to grab a copy of this through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And yeah, that's really...
See, they're saying...
Yeah, they're really...
intriguing.
They're also intrigued by this. And I'm intrigued by what you're sharing about this.
I didn't even know about the story. I was just... talking about
talking about Marilyn Monroe.
And we don't know.
knows?
Maybe it's not Marilyn Monroe.
No,
Maybe it's the other Marilyn.
Maybe it's a different Marilyn. Maybe it's your neighbor Marilyn that you're talking about. but again, also one more thing. Last book that we do have here on the list. Unfortunately, it's going to be the last book that we'll be talking about. Coming from Twisha Ray. So Twisha was available earlier.
Yeah.
She was joining the live stream. So Twisha, wherever you are, thank you much for joining the stream. Really love you so much. Thank you much for the support. And the last book that we do have here on the list coming from Twisha is Journey of Words. So it's going to be Journey of Words coming from Twisha Ray. So if ever you are interested, just try to check that cover there. It's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And hey, who knows? Maybe it's going to be something that you will be intrigued as well.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, you are intrigued.
Words.
Talking about starting from the Marilyn Monroe intrigue, then going with Journey of Words.
So
like,
how do words form?
How do words take that journey as well? I kind of like that thought. You know what? And again, so if ever there is a book that you do love and you do like, you don't need to worry though. We'll make sure that we can make all of this full list available to each and every one of you guys. So make sure at least you can try to get. And just want to read one comment here earlier. Just wanted to note here. Don't worry, I'm going to go in a commercial break. Going to double check on this because I want to make sure that I gave all the books that the spotlight that they deserve. Okay, so just want to come back with one here. Hold on. By the way, it's coming from here from Michael Rowland. Thank you much for this. So hi guys, have you mentioned The Key to Survival by Daniel M. Warlock? I believe that we did. I'm just not sure which day.
I'm not sure as well.
Hold on. Let me just check. Here, Michael, give me a few seconds here. Let me pull up my list here because it's like more than 200, 300 books that we just shouted out. Oh, it was on the third day. So Michael, the book was shouted out on the third day. Again, the third day stream is available through YouTube. Kindly check it out. Link is available. So I'm not going to go on a commercial break. Got the list available here. Everything is good to go. So it's on the third day. Feel free to check out the stream. Don't worry. If ever, I think there might be a timestamp in there, but not really sure. But hey, go for it and see it. Okay. So again, and I'm coming from Leticia Perry. So Leticia, thank you much for joining in the stream again. And let me just read this comment. As a children's author, this makes me so happy to see you guys sharing writers' work.
Yes.
Okay.
And we also thank you for sharing your work with us, so that we can share it with the world.
It's just more on the comments here. Again, it's always talking about like there are books that are not yet noticed. I call them the hidden gems in the literary world. There are books that will never become a bestseller, not unless you put that first step in providing the spotlight.
I agree.
Because again, every book needs to start a journey, and maybe this is the start of that journey that your book deserves. Wow!
So if you have your book, have it with us.
Have it with us. Let us do a shout out, okay?
Let's just do the shout out.
There are some rules for you to join the shout out, though. Letters to the Universe as well had. I also did a shout out to her book, Princess Litmus, a while back. That's the first time that I met her. On the chat as well. Yeah, I do remember you. I'll always remember you, Letters, because you were the first name that I was so curious on why your account was that, and the reason why is how about this? Check her book. She's a very talented young woman, so go for it. Okay. But again, all of these things though, and everything that we had done though, again, these are all the books. And if ever there is a favorite that you have among the list, hey, feel free to go to our previous streams, go for it, add it, and
scan QR code.
If you can't scan it, then search it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Okay. But again, though, without further ado, Revan, would you do the honors?
Sure. And then let's pick another winner. Our last winner.
Last winner for a free Kindle.
Kindle. So, Maestro, let's spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Who's going to win the Kindle?
Oh no. I'm scared. Hold on. And the winner is. Oh no.
We
have a winner from Jared. So Jared, if you are available, I'm gonna give you 15 seconds to type in, because I know that Jared is available earlier. Yeah, he's supposed to be available, but I'm not sure though if he's in right now. So Jared, if ever you are available, kindly put in chat there, okay?
Yeah.
So again, Jared, are you there? How about let's give him a countdown?
Jared, if you are here, just give us a sign.
Let's summon Jared. Jared, wherever you are, please come out. Okay, how about let's do a countdown.
Let's do a
in
countdown.
15 seconds. So let's start with 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Maybe this is another Sonata case.
This is another Sonata case.
But he will not have any chance
But he
anymore.
won't have any chance. This is the
game.
last draw. Sonata's case before, like, she missed the first draw, but then eventually she got another chance. But again, though, unfortunately, Jared, if ever you're watching this, I do apologize, though. But again, rules are rules. We need to stick with that. So again, let us continue with the raffle draw again. So again, Maestro, spin the wheel. Oh, God, I'm scared. Now I'm really scared. Who's gonna win that second Kindle? Okay, and the winner is. Okay.
Ghislaine Lebrie.
So Ghislaine, congratulations for winning another Kindle. So Ghislaine, if ever you are available, type it in. Yes. Type right now, I'm here. Give us a sign. Let us summon you. So, Ghislaine, wherever you are, we are summoning you. Ghislaine, pop up. Ghislaine, are you there? Oh, this is gonna be a part 2 of the Sonata case as well. Oh, Ghislaine is here. So Ghislaine, we're about to do the countdown.
I was about to suggest the countdown.
Yes, but again, Ghislaine is here. So Ghislaine, congratulations for winning that free Kindle. One of our Readers Magnet staff will get in touch with you through Facebook. They'll be chatting you and providing instructions on how we can send you that free Kindle. So again, to all of our raffle entry winners, unfortunately though, don't worry though, there is going to be another event where we will still be giving some other exciting prizes. I was informed it's not going to be just a Kindle, but we might be giving something else on the next event. Surprises. Get a chance to win amazing prizes as long as you'll stay tuned. Go for it, and hey, who knows? You might be the next person who'll be winning these exciting. You might be winning how to say this? Revan's necklaces. Who knows? You might be winning my bracelets. You'll never know what you'll get. My bracelets or Revan's necklace. Depends on what you'll get. Okay, you know what? This has been a very fun and
it was fun.
It is a fun closing. And Ghislaine, thank you much for tuning in. And to each and every one of you, let me just rattle off a couple of names: Letters to the Universe, Parker, Callum, Pam, Ellie, Martin, Michelle, Hansi, Kathleen. Also, Chloe, thank you much for joining in as well. A lot of you, Letitia, thank you much for joining in as well. Tashwana, Twisha. Oh, it was a very, very fun, really fun event.
With us since day one.
Since day one, yes, from day one. There are a lot of people who have joined us, shared a lot of thoughts. We had some deep thoughts about it was more about the mental aspects of mental health, physical health. We talked about some ideas, and I am looking forward to the next season that we'll be doing book shoutouts.
Yes, I'm also looking forward.
Yes, and there might be a time that I'll be putting you alone here.
Yeah.
Yes,
maybe.
of course. I need to.
I will be the one to summon you.
Yes, you'll be the one to summon me next time. Who knows? Who knows? But again, congratulations to both winners again, and Martin, thank you much for putting this in. So again, congratulations, Ghislaine and Paul. Again, our Readers Magnet staff will get in touch with you to provide you instructions on how we can send you the free Kindle. Okay, so again, congratulations for joining in, and to each and every one of you, thank you very much for tuning in and sticking with us up until the last day of the FIBF event. It was really fun. Yeah, and anything you want to say to all of our viewers as
guys,
well?
Your ink never runs dry. Tell your story, storytellers.
And and I'll be saying this one more thing. So again, every ending is just a new beginning in the world of stories. Until we meet again, may your reading adventures be endless and your imagination boundless. So once again, this is Rob Lambeth.
And this is Revan.
And as we say here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye-bye and see you soon.
Bye. Stay up.